Here is a job that pays $90,000 right out of college, and employers can't fill it. It's the tech industry, cybersecurity in particular. Joining me is the COO of Quest Automated Services. His name is Adam Cooper. Adam, good morning. Welcome to WHO
Good morning.
Radio. Hi, Adam.
Yeah, how are you doing?
I am doing terrific. So there's a huge skill. We talk about skills gap a lot in the news, Adam, between the skills people need to make good money at a job and the skills they don't have. It's big right now in the technology industry, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. There's, we specialize in technology in the oil and gas industry, but right now we just can't find enough skilled labor. There's a ton of kids coming out of high school and going straight into college, and people really just are not going into trade schools.
That's what's interesting, because when I think of technology, Adam, I would think, oh, you need a college degree. Are you telling me that you don't?
That's absolutely what I'm telling you. There's a difference between programmers in sitting in office space, and there's difference in people sitting in industrial spaces programming. And so, right now, the biggest technology gap is not for guys programming in an office, but for guys programming in industrial spaces. They are not available. And when they are available, they can demand basically whatever they want, even straight out of school.
So, Adam, is that the main problem, that they're going to college otherwise and not getting into the field? Because one of the things that intrigued me about this story, that there are so many high-paying jobs available in this industry and we don't have the people to fill them, was we've been talking about this some time. There's a lot of stories on the radio about how technology is the thing to get into. There's a lot of money in it, but there's still a people shortage. Is it because folks are going to college? Is it because they could go to a trade school and get a job right away? What's your analysis of why this is happening, even though people know these jobs pay well?
Well, it's so specialized that you have to find people that are willing to devote basically their life to certain technologies and certain aspects of it. And, we have a lot of people going to school right now for business degrees and marketing degrees. I know that's what I went for. And we saw a hole in the market that, wasn't being filled. And so that's how we got into the industry. And, we couldn't find people to do these jobs. So we started trying to fill positions so that we could fill them for massive companies. And so it's a huge, huge hole. And, kids coming out of college making $90,000 a year that just doesn't happen. You can go to a 12 to 18 month, school and get a PLC programming degree, and you're making $90,000 a year straight out of school. Within 3 years, you're making upwards of $120,000 a year. I don't know any degrees that are doing that besides maybe petroleum engineering or, that's really about all I know of that would even come close to that.
It's really interesting to me, Adam, because so many of our kids are into technology as part of their life, but then they don't think about it as a career. Is it a special kind of kid that needs to get into, as you said, it's a lifelong commitment, but you would see a lot of young people these days who grow up with all this technology available to them would naturally gravitate toward that field. What do you think keeps them out of it?
Well, so from what I can see, a lot of kids just see going into programming and things like that of somebody just sitting behind a desk writing code and well, that's not for me. I like using technology. Well, there's so many other ways that the technology industry needs people, so many other areas that kids just aren't really. They're wanting to go work for Google. They're wanting to go work for, big name companies.
Yeah.
And the companies that are getting the build outs done in the field, such as ours, are struggling to find kids. And it's a real issue. Right now we have 30 job postings. We have 30 jobs available, and we can't fill them.
Yeah, Adam is the COO of Quest Automated Services. Adam, I can see texts while I'm interviewing you, and I actually anticipated this question, which is there room for us old folks to get into it? We're talking about young people, but is there somebody that can say, I don't really like my career. I'm listening to Adam right now. I'd like to get into this.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've got guys that range from, 20 to 70. It doesn't matter what age. If you can learn how to program a PLC, which is about a 12-month degree, and if you can learn to do that, you can get into the industry, and you can come straight out of school doing fantastic. I have friends that were in this for a long time, and that's kind of how I found out about it. And it's just such a small industry. The programming, PLC programming, and industrial control side is so small that people don't know about it unless they just happen to run across it.
Yeah, he's a PLC programmable logic controller. Adam Cooper looking for people and saying that he's not alone. He's the COO of Quest Automated Services. Adam, that is a fantastic insider's perspective. Thanks very much for taking the time today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.